People, Deluded, I'm back again. My lunch break is about to come to an end, but before it officially does, we might as well speak about, again, some talking points in relation to Arsenal. Apologies, people, while I move my bag and put my arm on that, 'cause I'm not gonna lie, my arm is dying. Really should have a selfie stick at this moment in time. But first and foremost, transfer news not directly, well, it correlates to our first team, but not in terms of playing staff. Gary O'Driscoll, a well-respected man within the football world of sports medicine and medical services and all of these sort of things, the unsung heroes, the people that you see behind the scenes that are very much as part of the squad as a manager. Apparently he's been linked with Liverpool. I don't remember the name. Have I got it down? Oh, apologies. Liverpool have a departing staff in Andrew Macy, and they would obviously like Gary O'Driscoll to replace him. Like I said, he's one of the best, allegedly one of the best in the industry, and is an industry fave. So naturally, Liverpool, like they've got the best players on the football field and one of the best coaches in the world, you want to surround yourself with the best of everything. Liverpool's a team that was at one point laughed at for hiring set-piece managers and people that specialise around set pieces. So they're always going to push things. Added to that, I believe he's from Northwest, and from what I see online, a move back up that sort of way appeals to him. Potentially at the stage of his life now, he's worked with a couple of national team setups, he's worked in rugby and football, he's worked in London for a good duration of his career. Maybe just he's at that point in his life right now where he might have achieved everything he believes he can achieve. A team like Liverpool, to be a part of that winning squad and be a part of it in your own little way is something you can't turn down. Obviously, if it's closer to your loved ones and whatnot at this stage in his life, that's just simply the icing on top of the cake. Of course, it sucks to lose everybody and everywhere, but I think we'll be okay losing a medical person, no disrespect intended, but if a football club cannot stay afloat because they lose a certain individual that's not a player, there's something wrong. So I wish him all the best, really and truly, and you can't begrudge him because he's been here for a number of years. Moving away from that though, and apparently according to German-based newspapers, I got this information from BZ, apparently according to BZ information, Xhaka's representatives are looking to push for a decision next week, obviously in relation to his future. Went on to say that Arsenal have raised Xhaka's transfer fee from 30 million, they've raised his transfer fee to 30 million euros. Apparently 25 million euros has been discussed. Even if Hertha Berlin put the requested amount on the table, the report went on to say that it's not abundantly clear that there'll be a change or that it'll be enough. And to be honest, Xhaka's a touchy subject. Right now, the form he's in and how he's playing, he's someone, I wouldn't say untouchable, but he shouldn't be sold under any circumstances. And it feels like the fans, Xhaka, everyone's put all the nonsense behind us now, and we're moving forward. So on one hand, if Xhaka's been able to get past what happened with the fans, obviously I'm not talking about the Twitter abuse and whatnot, but what's happened with the fans, and he's able to get back enjoying football, then there's no reason for him to leave, because prior to this he hasn't pushed for an angle. He might genuinely want to return to Germany because he's got a young family, but the big part of it is obviously because of the scapegoating, and that seems to have gone away. You also hear Arteta wants to, and he's using him, wants him as a key member of the side, and rightly so. The article went on to say we won't let him go unless a replacement is brought in. We need a midfielder regardless of Xhaka's future, and we're going to need one even more if Xhaka leaves, because we're going to be light in the midfield. There's not too many midfield options, even in the short, medium and long term. Long term, you're probably looking at Guendouzi, Torreira on paper, Joe Willock as well. Who else is there? Forgive me if I'm missing a name. Could say Maitland-Niles, but he ain't played there. Ceballos is here for a couple of months at best. Xhaka, like I said, is still here, but you don't know. We'll have to see, man. Maybe Xhaka still genuinely wants to leave, and he just, you know, it is what it is. He's going to remain professional, which I've always had him down as, and stay to the cause and whatnot until it happens. So it'll be nice to really see his future quashed or squashed in a sense of it makes sense to really resolve that. So we keep. To be fair, the articles relating to Xhaka moving away have kind of gone away now, but yeah, I want to see them put to bed, really and truly. So it depends, people. It really depends. I'm going completely off topic as well, but Sadio Mane has been named the Confederation of Africa's Footballer of the Year award. Congratulations to Mane, 27 years of age. Been nothing but a savage on that football field for the last few years. Last season, won Champions League, had a great season. He scored 30 in all competitions. This season already he's got 15, and Liverpool obviously 13 points clear at the top, so he might be in with a very big chance of retaining that. Shout out to Aubameyang, who's been named in the selected 11 of African-based players as well. And there's some good names in there. There's Mohamed Salah, there's Sane, there's No, Aubameyang, I mean, it would be decent seeing them three in the lineup, people. Imagine how good Aubameyang being that Liverpool front three, move Firmino into the 10 sort of position. Idrissa Gana Gay's there, so Serge Aurier of Spurs is there, Mahrez is there, Hakimi of Dortmund / Real Madrid is there, Matip is there, so it's decent, people. It's really decent, man. We'll have to see how it goes. Also wanted to say, apparently Guy Mowbray, BBC commentator, during the game Arsenal versus Leeds, said that Eddie Nketiah is more or less edging closer to a loan spell at Bristol City, so it'll be nice to see his short-term future is resolved. Speaking of short-term futures, you've seen today Emil Smith-Rowe has been linked with a move to Huddersfield in the Championship. Again, he's someone, like, apparently Arteta believes he's got a future here long term, but he does need to get games. Minutes are currency. We need him to stay fit wherever he goes, because injuries have really, as much as not getting opportunity consistently, injuries have harmed him from making any real progress, and they've been a theme of his this year. So if he can stay fit, go somewhere and play 10, I don't know if it's possible, but 10 to 20 games, and really come back in August, developed a little, not the finished article, but more confident, developed a bit more, a bit rugged, a bit more developed, that little bit closer to becoming a developed player. Still a long way to go, but you see it come back a better player, more confident player, with more of a chance of just simply breaking into the team, people, really and truly. So we'll see what happens in there. We haven't been linked with Christensen of Chelsea, and we probably won't get him, but it got me thinking. He doesn't seem to be in favour with Chelsea. We're hearing loan spells. Arsenal and Chelsea, fair enough, it's not been for key players of recent years of such, but we've shown we'll deal with each other. I know he wasn't playing too much under Sarri at one point, but I wouldn't mind him permanently, but could we go for it? Could we get him on loan at least until the end of the season? Now, Arsenal, I don't believe are going to get top 4, but if we look on it, Arteta, resurgent Arsenal side, Lampard a bit iffy in terms of results. We're somewhat us, Chelsea, United, Spurs, we're all rivals for the top 4, and listen, rivals and rival teams are selling with each other and seem more open to dealing with each other, but considering Chelsea's form, would you want to let Christensen go unless it's permanently, and would you want to let him go on loan to a Premier League rival? I very much doubt it. You'd probably have more chance of signing him permanently than on loan. And you've actually heard there's talk of Chelsea signing a centre-half, so is it a case of they've got no options to the point where they have to keep Christensen on top of another centre-half, or is it what we think is Rudiger, Zuma, another centre-half coming to the cause, which would be fantastic depth for Chelsea, would suck quite a lot for the young Danish international. But surely that's an avenue we could explore. It probably won't lead to anywhere, but surely, people. He's not the finished article and he's not the messiah at centre-half by any chance, but I think he'd be decent, man, and maybe playing under a young coach, not having to move too far, because obviously Chelsea and Arsenal are both in London, it might appeal to him. But you hear him linked with AC Milan, that might be something that appeals to him as well, but pardon me, apologies for that. On that note, I don't think there's anything of any significance really to add, people, apart from the fact that Christensen's made 8 appearances this year, which I'm sure he wants to do more. I'm just going to get out of here. People, it's always a pleasure. Deluded, I'm out.